life coach that specializes in the law of attraction. I'd like to welcome you to my video today. Today we're going to be talking about Neville Goddard, and it's all about healing relationships. So it's great for those of you that are trying to attract back an ex or to improve an existing relationship. He has some great advice, and I'm excited to talk to you about this today. So if you're not familiar with who Neville Goddard is, he was a New Thought lecturer. New Thought is what the law of attraction used to be called. So Neville Goddard was born in the year 1905, and he released a lot of lectures. A lot of them you can actually still hear on YouTube. They're really scratchy and the audio isn't very great, but you can actually hear him talk. He also released a few books, and these are actually in the public domain, so you can actually check out them for free online. One of his books is called Feeling is the Secret. They're all great, so I would definitely suggest taking a look at these and checking it out if you aren't already familiar with Neville Goddard. But today we're going to be talking about a lecture from 1954. It's called Awakened Imagination. And this was a lecture he gave, and there was a woman in the audience who had a relationship with her son that she was trying to heal. Now, why this is important to you, especially if you're trying to attract back an ex, is that her relationship with her son was damaged in every possible way. I guess 2 years prior, there was a really bad argument, and she was ordered out of her son's home by her daughter-in-law, so things were really bad. And her son said, I love you, Mom, but we can't have a relationship anymore. And things were really quite awful. So she had absolutely no relationship with her son. She had absolutely no relationship with her grandson. So you can imagine that this was pretty traumatic to this woman, and this was something that she quite desperately wanted to change. Now, mind you, this had been going on for a total of 2 years, and she was able to heal this. So for the last 2 years, she actually had been sending gifts to her grandson, and with absolutely no response. So nothing she was doing was working. She was trying to make contact with them, make peace with them, but it just wasn't working. She was trying to heal the relationship, but doing physical action it wasn't getting through. She was having absolutely no luck, and she was still stuck in the same spot she was since the argument. So she took action through her vibration, and this is what you need to do if you are trying to heal a relationship. So basically, she sat down that night and she mentally wrote herself 2 separate letters. Now, one of these letters was from her daughter-in-law, expressing a lot of kindness for her, saying that she had been missed at home and that they greatly missed her and that they wanted her basically back in their life. The other letter she wrote was from her grandson, saying, "Grandmother, I miss you," and also giving thanks for the last year's birthday present, which, now remember, this woman had been sending presents and getting absolutely no response. So this letter that she mentally wrote was, an expression of thanks from her grandson, and also saying that he missed her and that he was really sad he hadn't been able to see her, and basically stating all the things that she had been wanting to hear. So basically, she mentally constructed these letters saying things that she wanted these people to say. And I would advise you to do the same. As you'll see, it worked for her. It can work for you too. You can mentally construct a text message, an email message. This was in 1954, so all they had were letters. But you can even construct a letter. The idea is you want to imagine the person who you are not in touch with. It could be an ex, it could be a family member you've had an argument with, it could be a friend you used to be in touch with, it can be anyone who you are trying to heal a relationship with. But you're going to mentally construct a letter, some sort of message from this person, stating the things you want to hear. This is really similar to my getting a text message video, if you've watched that video. Basically you're constructing words and images that you want this person to say. So back to the woman, I'll let you know what happened. So she memorized these letters to herself, and basically every night before going to bed, she sort of recited these messages to herself upon going to sleep. And when she woke up, she felt a great sense of joy that, her wish had been fulfilled, and she felt the satisfaction as if these words were really real. The woman did this for 7 nights, and on the 8th day, she actually did receive 2 letters in the mail, one from her daughter-in-law and one from her grandson. Suddenly, all the estrangement was gone, all the conflict was gone, all the arguing was gone. It had just vanished. Now basically at this point, Neville is stating that, it's our imagination that is creating these experiences. It's our imagination that's holding on to, this conflict. So if you've had, a bad breakup with someone, don't hold on to the conflict. Don't hold on to the arguments. Start reconstructing words and reconstructing, experiences. And you'll start building a new foundation to a successful relationship and a successful reconciliation. It's the only way to heal a relationship. And like I said, this works for any type of relationship. The circumstances don't matter. The idea is that you start constructing a new foundation for a new result. Now, Neville told this story at one of his lectures, and the crowd response was basically, that, well, she wrote these letters to herself and then she got, a carbon copy of it, but where was the satisfaction in it? Basically, their biggest complaint was, why should I have to write, a love letter to myself? Why should I have to write this sort of letter to myself? I want this kind of letter to be written, by this person, on a spontaneous moment, not by my construction, and it should just happen naturally. Neville refers to someone who doesn't know about the law of attraction as being a sleeping man. An awakened man is someone who is awakened to these ideas. And basically what he's saying is that the sleeping man believes that, all messages and all letters come out of spontaneity and have nothing to do with anything we've done to attract it. But the awakened man knows that everything we are receiving is something that we have attracted. So if you aren't receiving a letter like this, it's something that you attracted. If you are receiving a letter like this, it's something that you've attracted. Now, this bit of advice is something specific that you can do to specifically heal a relationship. And if you are desperately wanting to heal a relationship, I would definitely suggest to try it. I mean, what on earth do you have to lose? Try to reconstruct this energy and these experiences and let the argument go. Let the conflict go. We're usually, totally unaware that we are attracting these things. They don't happen spontaneously. They don't happen, out of nothing. They happen because we've attracted them. Anytime you've received a love letter, you specifically attracted that, whether you realize it or not. Now, I'm going to list a link to this lecture below so you can go ahead and read it for yourself. Neville, it was done in 1954, so his way of talking is very proper. But basically, this is the gist of it. He calls this technique the act of revision. Basically, what you are doing is you are revising the past. You are no longer holding on to the conflict. You're no longer holding on to the bad things, the frustrations, the obstacles. The more you are holding on to these things, the more you create a foundation of them in your current moment. So if you are trying to heal a relationship, even if you're trying to heal a current relationship, even if you're currently, in touch with this person, but you want to make it better and you want to make it the best it possibly can be. So you want to revise these problems of the past and you want to start to heal and you want to start to bring about better things. I hope this video helped you. I really love Neville Goddard. I will also list links below to his free ebooks that you can read online. I may even do some audio recordings of his ebooks because a lot of his audio recordings are actually really scratchy and old, and his voice is quite wonderful. But sometimes, it's just kind of distracting to hear all of that sound clutter. So I'm going to possibly, because it's all in the public domain, be recording some audio versions of his lectures. If you're interested, please let me know in the comments. But Neville Goddard, he's wonderful. And he talks so much about the imagination and the power of the imagination and the creative power within you to change anything in your life. So it doesn't matter what it is, it can be changed. And this is a great example of healing a relationship. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be with you again soon. I'm Veronica Isles. You can visit my website at veronicaisles.com. You can also send me an email at veronicaisles@gmail.com. I also have 4 ebooks available on Amazon. I'll list those links below as well. And I do have a forum if you're looking for free advice and you're looking for other people of like mind to support you. It's veronicaloa.boardhost.com. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope this video can help you.